And a good look at the back of the crowd out here that's been hanging out with us. Coming up, your two-wheel drive AMain final. All we have is 2 finals to go. An AMain in two-wheel drive and an AMain in all-wheel drive. And this is going to be in the books. But the best part, right?
It is the best part. You can't beat this. And there are going to be 6 cars because I can see the guys on the course marking up where the 6th car is going to go. So we just got the course still being finalized. We obviously want to make this a great course. The cars are now coming down onto the grid. That beautiful sounding and looking Porsche coming up to the line. Warming his tires up as he does, warming the transmission up. The dust flies all around him. Michael Eriksson from Sweden in the beautiful Porsche 911 996. Puts it on pole. Been there all day, where he wants to stay. Next to him, a very, very different car of Chris Dahl, the Honda Civic. Had some great racing this weekend. And then we have Cody Crane, the man that actually was spectacular yesterday, really came through the field in the Honda CRX. Pulling up now, we have the man we call Mr. Spectacular. Has been getting to grips with that car all day, putting more consistent times together. And that's Matthew Johnson with the Nitro Circus Mazda. The last direct qualifier, he had to come through the B main to get here, not where he expected to be. He's lined his car up at a very nice angle to shoot down into that first corner. Is Dylan Van Way in the Ford Focus. He's going to really want to win this. He wants those points. And then bringing up a couple of car lengths back, at organizer's discretion, is Randy Zimmer in the Mazda Miata. Drivers are picking up the revs, about to get the 5-second board. And here we go racing. Two-wheel drive, AMain, Twin Peaks, round 2 of the Global Rallycross Championship. And they're away off the line, and once again that Porsche just shoots away from the line. Oh, to have 350 horsepower. Absolutely gorgeous. So it's Michael Eriksson going onto the boneyard for the first time. Matthew Johnson in 2nd place. Dylan Van Way in 3rd place. Into Folsoms for the first time. So Eriksson through the S's for the first time. Matthew Johnson running that car. He rebuilt the suspension during the day and it's paying off. Dylan Van Way takes up 3rd place. So Michael Eriksson comes through the warehouse, keeps it nice and smooth. Michael's an experienced rallycross driver. He knows he doesn't have to worry about time now. It's all about position on the road. Smart driving, jumps onto the Joker lap to get as much distance as he can from the other cars. Matthew Johnson follows him through now. Dylan Van Way and the other guys stick on the regular track, except for Cody Crane. So Cody Crane's the first front-wheel drive car to actually go the quicker way. Now Matthew Johnson is closer to Eriksson than we've seen anyone be all weekend.
Matthew Johnson just has to keep in there, see if he can reel him in as Eriksson makes his way to the warehouse.
Yeah, so they've got 4 laps to go now. It's a long race, remember, an extra lap in the finals as Eriksson goes into the warehouse. Cody Crane is now coming into the warehouse, and Dylan Van Way's a little bit further back, having not taken the Joker. So the first 3 cars have taken the Joker lap, the other 3 cars haven't.
So you got to think Dylan Van Way, this might be a good time for him to take the Joker lap.
It might be, let's see. Michael Eriksson's coming down into the hairpin, and he is now seeing a white Mazda in his mirrors. He's not seen that before. What can Mr. Spectacular pull off this time? Can he actually get up and harry the Porsche as Dylan Van Way is coming through on the Joker lap? Now let's see where Dylan comes out. He wants to be ahead of Cody Crane. Dylan's on the Joker, Cody Crane's doing the hairpin, and Dylan's safely in 3rd place.
So that's a podium if he can keep that spot. We'll see how it plays out.
It is a podium, but it's not the podium step that Dylan wants. That doesn't help Dylan that much to be 3rd, and it's not where he wants to be. He wants to be 1st. He went a little bit tight around Folsoms there as Johnson heads into the warehouse. Dylan Van Way really wants to be higher up. This is the battle of the front-wheel drive cars. Dylan Van Way in the Ford Focus. Cody Crane in the Honda CRX with 3 laps to go. Dylan comes out. No sparks on that car this time. Dylan comes out into the kink, into the short chute. That CRX is getting ever bigger in his mirror, if a CRX can ever get bigger.
And Erickson once still holding on that lead, but MJ's not giving up on him.
Dylan Van Way around the hairpin, taking it very, very sensibly. Cody Crane's got the work to do, but he did pull off a lot of passing maneuvers yesterday. He's not scared to come from behind and come out of the hairpin, into the funnel, into the boneyard. Dust starting to hang in the air now. Dylan Van Way on the boneyard, and Cody Crane gains a lot of time on everybody on the boneyard. Throws the car into Folsoms, doesn't want to get too tight and flip it. Chris Dahl comes through there. And Crane is now right up the back of Dylan Van Way. It's going to be who gets the drag race into the warehouse. Dylan Van Way starts to extend it. Remember, 2-litre turbocharged Ford Focus ahead of the CRX. All the while, this great battle's going on for third place. Ericsson and Johnson continuing first and second. Ericsson starting to get a little bit of a gap now on Johnson, but the battle is really for third place in the last step of the podium in the A-Main. They come down into the hairpin. Dylan Van Way, Cody Crane, Michael Erickson comes around. Across the line now. Then Matthew Johnson. This is now the final lap for Michael Erickson as he goes into the warehouse. He's got a very healthy lead over Matthew Johnson. He's just got to hold it together now. By the same token, Matthew Johnson is in a very good second position, somewhere that will be great for Matt after the problems he's had today. And Cody Crane still has not given up getting that final podium step. But every time in the warehouse, Dylan just stretches that Focus, pulls out another couple of lengths, but he hasn't pulled out as much this time. Cody goes a little bit wide as they come out the warehouse. He's given it absolutely everything to make it a problem for Dylan as they come under braking for the hairpin. This could be where Cody Crane tries to make his move. He's catching up. He's right on the back of Dylan Van Way's Focus now into the hairpin. Dylan keeps it a very tight line. Cody's going to try and go to the inside. He touches the back of Dylan Van Way's Focus there as Michael Erickson comes across the line and takes the final win in Rallycross for two-wheel drive to Michael Erickson from Sweden. Second place goes to Matthew Johnson. And third place is not done yet. Cody Crane's going to come and do-or-die manoeuvre around the outside. Dylan keeps it very, very tight, but Dylan Van Way gets third place. Cody Crane in fourth. Absolutely great race, guys.
Dylan Van Way shutting the door at Cody Crane, not giving him that chance to grab that third spot. And Chris Dahl coming in, finishing it off, and your sixth spot right there. And now it's time to get a little crazy out here.
A little bit of donuts for everybody. Is it coordinated donuts?
We have synchronized donuts going on right now with Matthew Johnson and Michael Erickson. Some serious racing going on, and I'll tell you, Michael Erickson, you got to give it up for him. He's been in the lead all day long. He's never had to come from behind. He didn't have to come from behind yesterday, and he comes out a victory yesterday and a victory today. Michael Erickson as he spins him in front of the grandstand.